Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and as you guys can see from that question I have at the start, I've actually had several questions like that, and let me address that for you guys briefly. Because this carries over to all strength athletes, and I want to state up front, this is what any nutritionist will tell you, this is what any sports nutritionist will tell you, any registered dietitian will tell you. There is no such thing as one perfect diet for everyone. So just because I and even some world record holding powerlifters might use this sort of method doesn't mean that everyone can thrive in this environment. But me personally, I'm doing really well on my strength gains and my recomposition on almost a strict ketogenic diet. Meaning, if you guys look through the clips in the video I linked down below here for you guys talking about me trying to go for the new deadlift challenge, and you guys see all the videos I linked over a 12-week period, I only had 3 carb ups during that. In fact, I might have only had 2 depending on which day the first clip was in. Because the only carbs I had in November were on Thanksgiving, and the only carbs I had in December were Christmas, and Christmas was my last carb up, yet I continued to add weight to my deadlift progressively. Without really going up in scale weight, I'm pretty much hovering right at the same weight and recompositioning. So the question becomes, can you do a ketogenic diet and maintain your strength or gain strength? Yes, absolutely. In fact, Jamie Lewis, 181 raw world record holder in the squat, deadlift, and total, follows a pretty strict ketogenic diet himself. He's really big on ketogenic diets. He's been doing them for years, but he does carb up on the weekend. So the real question becomes not can it be done, but how long will it take you to get keto adapted so that your performance returns, which for some people could be as long as 3 or 4 weeks, but some people it only takes a week. And number 2, how frequent do your carb ups need to be? And that's something that each individual has to determine. What I found personally is that when I started switching more to a training style to where I'm doing fairly low volume, even though I'm doing a lot of 8 to 12 rep sets, I only do 1 real work set per exercise and sometimes some rest pause thrown in there. So my overall volume is pretty low. All my cardio is low or moderate intensity cardio, so I'm not burning through large amounts of glycogen doing interval training and stuff. So accordingly, I don't really seem to need the carb ups to maintain performance these days. So for me, I'm getting enough glycogen to maintain my performance purely through the protein and fats that I eat turning into glucose. And yes, fat can convert to glucose. It's a whole nother topic. Maybe I'll cover that later for you guys. So what each of you have to determine if you want to attempt this sort of diet as someone who is very concerned with their athletic performance and strength and gym performance is you're going to have to figure out how often you need to refeed your carbohydrates. For some people, you might not ever need them. I've seen some interviews with some powerlifters who do really well, who pretty much go 2 or 3 years on straight ketogenic diets, and I find others that need a weekly carb up every weekend. Guys like Jamie Lewis do that, and a few who every 4th day they eat carbs, and then they do nearly 0 carbs 3 days in a row, or they eat 1 big carb meal every 4th day. So it's about finding that right balance for your individual performance. But yes, every one of you could probably, if you wanted to bad enough, could keto adapt and run that type of diet. But for some people, just the mental aspects of it, it will never be right for you. And that's the thing to remember with any diet. A lot of people, just various diets, if the diet doesn't leave you feeling satiated or fulfilled and you have lots of food cravings while running it for long periods of time, that particular diet might not be for you because there's a massive mental component to any of these diets. But the ketogenic diet can absolutely be successfully used by world level strength athletes. I know that I personally have been gaining strength very successfully in the last few months with very few carb ups. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.